Have you ever wondered what one of the world's greatest art academies looks like inside? You probably have if you click this video. So hi, my name is Ksenia, I'm a fourth year student at the Imperial Academy of Arts in St. Petersburg, and I finally made a video for you of a full tour of all the Academy's workshops. At the end of each semester we have a large exhibition of all the departments, so this is the perfect time to visit and see it all with your own eyes. This is a truly unique university, it's very old with rich history, many great masters of the past have graduated from this academy, and to this day it's considered a high standard in the art world. The academy is not a closed institution, but there is still very little video footage from there in the media space, especially on the English-speaking part of the internet, which means we can call this video one of the first detailed English language reviews. So, as a proud and devoted student, I want to take this opportunity to guide you through various workshops today. I'm very excited and really hope this video will give you mountains of inspiration, so let's get started! Here is the Academy building itself. It's about 300 years old and it's located on the Neva River embankment, close to the center of Russia's cultural capital. And the back of the Academy faces its own garden. It's one of the most heavenly places on the island. Birds are always singing here, horses and dogs are wandering around, but we're heading inside. I'd like to start the tour with one of the most vibrant, bold and creative workshops at the Academy. I studied there a year ago and it was an amazing time. This is the second year workshop owned by Professor Petrov. This professor creates and brings to life the most daring and interesting scenes with the models. If you are lucky enough to get there on your second year at the Academy, you are the luckiest person in the world, I swear. This will be one of the most exciting years of your creative career. So this is one of the coolest workshops at the Academy and my friends, a year younger, are currently studying here. The next workshop is located in a tower, just like my current one. There are two such towers at the Academy. We joke that they're like the house towers at Hogwarts. This is probably the most famous workshop in the media space. You probably know it, this is Professor Kaluta's workshop. Senior students from the 3rd to the 6th year study here. It's known for its expressive style. Here all the students and teachers paint with the large brushes and dynamic strokes. There is always a lot of red and all sorts of bright, flashy colors. I also really like the approach to drawing here. One of the most famous drawing teachers, Vladimir Mogilevtsev, who is widely known outside of Russia, teaches here. You may have seen his drawing books, he makes great drawing manuals. By the way, if you'd like to get some good photos of the drawings from these exhibitions for education and inspiration, I often make albums for you. Here is the newest one, a selection of unique photos of portraits with hands. And here are some recent ones, a portrait album and figure album. You can grab any album you're interested in on Boosty. This is an analog of Patreon. The link is under this video and have a great time studying. And we're moving next to another workshop. I went down to the first floor to show you one of the first year workshops, so you can compare it with the senior ones. As you can see, in the first years, the main assignment is a portrait, and the focus is on studying the structure of the face, neck and the shoulders. And here I met my friends from the church workshop and they took me to their workshop to show me their artworks from this semester. They are both international students. Tung is from Vietnam and Dushan is from Macedonia. So here is the church workshop. They kindly invited me in. So the church workshop is one of the oldest at the Academy. Its main focus is on church paintings. All the student drawings here are so high quality with a great knowledge of anatomy and the ability to work with the monumental formats. And all this leads to the main goal, creating church painting projects and personally bringing them to life. As you can see, they even practice legs and arms separately on large formats to deeply study all the nuances of structure. These are the hardest working students at the academy. They have so many assignments and additional lectures on Old Church Slavonic and other subjects. I think they barely sleep, and for some reasons most foreigners choose this workshop. We're going to the next floor to see other senior workshops. And speaking of churches, there is a functioning church inside the academy, like public worships are actually held here. It looks very unusual and almost unreal. I'm amazed every time. And right next to the church we have another workshop that I'd like to show you. It's Professor Safu's senior workshop. The paintings here are always very large. They create large compositions and model studies. And actually they have very unusual approach to model studies. Some might paint just head on a huge canvas, while others create their own compositions, adding something. I feel like the overall tendency is some kind of harsh realism with unusual framing or an attempt to add new meanings to the study. In other words, the approach is somewhat similar to the Soviet one, but the compositional solutions are more bold. And in their drawings they use only hatching without shading or blending, so the drawings are very clear and academic. By the way, from their windows you can see another workshop of the academy, which is located outside of it. It's a small building with a stable that looks like a greenhouse, and we will go there now, but before that let's visit the neighboring Monumental workshop. This is a very interesting and unusual workshop. The guys here create large-scale drawings, solving completely different problems than we do. Their future goal is to create monumental images such as murals, enormous mosaics, stained glass, and generally anything architecturally related and of colossal scale. Monumental art has its own rules, its own concepts of perspective. You need to exaggerate anatomy and dynamism, expressive poses, so that in a large format it looks interesting and believable. And so we finally make our way to that small outside studio. It's located in the academic garden, and it's half glass building combined with a stable. Students call the studio the glass house or the greenhouse. So this is Professor Zagonik's senior studio. I talked about it in one of my previous videos. Its location allows you to draw not only people but also horses, because it's pretty difficult to bring them into the academy building itself. There are a lot of steps and overall it's not very suitable for that, but here the studio is at ground level connected to their stable, so it's perfectly comfortable for the animals. And in general, this is a very beautiful and unusual workshop. I always admire these glass ceilings and walls. And in the spring, with these green trees and blue sky, it feels so magical, like Studio Ghibli. Because of its location and appearance, it has its pros and cons. On one hand, the connection with nature and a lot of natural light from the glass roof make it very airy and pleasant to be in. But, on the other hand, all the benefits of civilization, such as a cafeteria and a normal large bathroom, are located in the academy building. Plus, you have to go there for every lecture, so it also creates some problems with socialization, because most students are in the academy building, so people literally drop out of social life. So yeah, there's a lot to consider when choosing a workshop, but again, the advantages are also very, very pleasant. And now, since we're already outside, I'd like to show you the Academy's sculpture workshops. They are located in the courtyard on the opposite side of the Academy garden, just a few steps away from the Academy. We have so many departments and workshops, so the main building is limited in space, so some of the workshops are located in the nearby buildings outside. These are all sculptures workshop and a couple of first-year workshops, plus some diploma workshops. Sculptures have various tasks. They often make human figures, either small or life-size. I can only imagine how interesting it is to sculpt a life-size human. I'm honestly always shocked how well their work's done, and I don't know, for me it's just something such beautiful, and I don't understand how it's done, so I'm just really admiring their work. I really like the drawings in the sculpture department. They're very different from ours because the students work with real volumes, creating a 3D image of person. So they have better sense of these volumes in the drawings, and with the lines and hatches they truly sculpt the form. They also have a subject composition, as we do, where they create sculptural compositions, usually also involving human figures. And before we return to the main building, I want to show you two more external workshops. Can you see these huge windows connected with the roof? Here we have two first-year studios on the top floor of residential building. This is the studio of Professor Zorkin, Dean of the Painting Department. And this is the studio of Professor Lipitz, also first year. And we're back to the main building. I want to show you my current workshop. And this is my current workshop. This is the senior workshop of Professor Pesikov. I've shown our exhibition from every angle and how we made it in previous videos. So here are just a couple of videos from it. I really like our workshop. In paintings, our colors are more calm, but there's complexity and nobility in this. And in drawing, on the contrary, there's a lot of intense tone and a lot of graphic materials, making them very striking and a bit expressive. And this is the first year workshop where I studied 3 years ago. It's my warmest memory of the Academy. I love this workshop with all my heart, and most importantly, it's Professor Kalagava, because she understands and teaches painting in a completely unique and amazing way. Here are some of my artworks from that period, and I don't know, people just don't show that you can paint like that. I'm so glad that I had this priceless opportunity to study from her. And we're almost done with the painting department. I just want to show you this little mix of second year workshops. You can say that it's second year because they draw figures and portraits with hands, but they're not as big as on senior courses. And at the end, I want to show you the architectural department. I don't have any close friends from that department, so I don't know much about it, and I can't say exactly what courses are in these workshops, But I do know that their program also consists of painting and architectural assignments, such as developing and drawing models, 3D modeling, and so on. So I won't say much here, so I'll just let you look at their great works. And that was it. Hope you enjoyed our big tour and it brought you a lot of inspiration. So see you soon and stay creative.